How you doing, YouTube? Mountain Massive Beer Reviews back with one of these little massive, what was I calling these again? These massive quick hitter reviews. What's the quick hitter series? Every now and then, I record a review and my camera fucks up. And when that happens, I lose the review. I have this weird kind of, I don't know what it's called, neurotic craziness when it comes to reviews. I want them to be a certain way. You notice this. I say the same things at the beginning. I say the same things in the end. Everything makes sense in my brain. But sometimes I actually do a review and I kind of want to post it, but I don't want to kind of fucking be like fake to you guys. I don't want to like act like I didn't taste the beer. You know, a lot of people do that. You see people with beers pre-poured, and then you actually look at the bottle, and you can see that, you know, way more beer is gone than what was poured in the glass. So you're like, okay, this dude's been drinking it for a while, and he's faking the front, and he's just making shit up, and he's already kind of developed what he wants to talk about it. Fuck that noise. Those people are assholes. So I figured, you know what I mean? When this happens, basically, I'll do a quickie review. Not so quick when you yammer as much as I do, but such is life. So what we have here is Ecliptic Brewing. It is their 4th Orbit. It is an Imperial Mango IPA. This is only, I think, the 3rd or 4th beer I've had from these guys. I was originally introduced to them by David. He sent me beers, a bunch of beers over the years. And he sent me, I think it was their 1st Orbit, which is the anniversary beer. That's what this is. And I was lucky enough to get a box of beers from these guys. They sent me 2 beers. Their 3rd Orbit, which I just reviewed, but it's going to be a normal review, so you'll see this after this one. And then this one, their 4th Orbit, which is an Imperial Mango IPA. And it was cool going into it. You know, I didn't know what to expect. You know, on the nose, it was cool. I kind of dug it, but I was like, oh, this is going to come off sweet and very, like, concentrate. But I ended up actually tasting it. And it's super pure. And by that, I mean, it tastes like beer. Sure, it's not your core 4 Reinheitsgebot. Let's go fucking crazy with following a rule, which is kind of apropos for this to me. Kind of do this as a one-hitter one. It does have a little bit of uniqueness to it, but at the same time, the bittering is star of the show. It's way more bittering than I thought it would be based off the nose, and it's a soft kind of powdery bittering. And I think it's a combination of the hops and the actual mango. It tastes like mango skin, kind of bittering, but it's fun. It tastes like a West Coast brewery is trying to make an East Coast IPA, but can't help but remember their West Coast roots. And I think that kind of plays well off each other. Sometimes that's a little bit of a recipe for disaster, because it ends up just being this weird kind of amalgamation of super sweetness and a lot of pininess. And even though you do get a little bit of kind of resininess, a little bit of pininess in here, it's kind of that softer, powdery kind of bittering that comes off like a fruit rindy bittering that kind of wins the day for the beer. Mango's nice. Nothing is overstated here. Nothing is heavy-handed here. Everything's kind of where it should be. Even though that bittering is the star of the show and it's bigger, it just comes off really nice. So, yeah, super drinkable, super chuggable. It tasted like beer. That's what I actually said in a review. I did the whole review and didn't realize the camera died till after I was done. It tasted like beer. What does beer taste like? It didn't taste like it was, like, synthetic. Like a lot of mango-based beers or a lot of, like, these fruited beers, like Ballast Point does and stuff like that. It has that kind of weird extract that they use in, like, baby aspirin or chewables and shit like that. It comes off that way. This is very kind of, it's very kind of fresh. It's very not synthetic. And that's kind of a fun thing. So, I talked about it. I didn't say it was my favorite Imperial IPA because I do like mine to be that kind of new school, East Coast, Northeastern kind of IPA. But it's one of the more interesting ones, one of the more chuggable ones I've had as of late. I have no idea how much it costs or its availability, so, you know, I'm sure somebody out there in the West Coast can let us clue us in. I get a lot of people on the West Coast that watch, so I just thought it was a fun beer that people who are into kind of fruit-forward beers but don't like stuff too sweet and are fans of the bittering would kind of dig. So, yeah, fun beer, fun to pick up. Label's cool. I like the texture on it, stuff like that. So there you go. Massive Beer Reviews. Down there, words. Check me out on other social media, Massive Beers, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick hitter. Hopefully you enjoy this beer. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.